Good morning. Hello. I'm Sayla,
I'm Shabuzo.
and this is our YouTube channel. So make sure that you hit the subscribe button and hit that bell because there's going to be a lot more videos from where this came from. We're just going to introduce ourselves and let you guys know who we are, and basically it's going to be a series of videos as to why we don't believe in God and why we think that invisible apparition called God does not exist.
Right.
So make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Please hit the subscribe button and share, and we want to get that started, so I'm going to give you a second to hit the subscribe button, so we can start building this relationship, because I want to show y'all that what we going to show y'all as a team, our lifestyle, because we need to get that stigma off of people to where y'all hear person don't believe in a God that they created. It's like y'all think we devils and bad people.
Bad people or atheists or whatever you want to call it.
Like, y'all just cut those people off.
Yeah. So we're going to just start showing you guys how people who don't believe in God live. We're just regular people.
We regular people. And just because we say we don't believe in God, you have to listen to what we're saying before you start being judgmental or understanding, because my meaning of God is probably totally different than what you think of what God is.
Yeah.
So we just bumping heads because your point of view is different from mine.
Right. So these are just going to be a series of videos of just basically getting an understanding as far as, where we're coming from.
Yeah.
You want to start your background, or do you want me to go? Mine's is probably not. You've been through a little bit more than me.
Well,
as far as like with your
You
whole...
can start it off.
Okay. So, I'm from the Midwest. Again, my name is Sayla, and I grew up a Christian. I grew up in the church, but I didn't start going to church until I think like I was in middle school. Because, Mom didn't want to go to church growing up. I mean, like when my younger years, my sister used to always say, hey, come on, let's go to church. And Mom would never go. But then for some reason, one day when I was in middle school, we went to church. And I would go every now and then. And I used to always want to go. I would always beg my mom, come on, let's go to church, let's go to church. Because I would always see the choir, they'd be singing and dancing and rocking, and the preacher get to preaching and talking and, just seem kind of hype. And I grew up in a Church of Christ. And I went there up until like 10 years ago, I think, probably. So yeah, my background is being raised as a Christian. And you were raised as a Christian too, right?
And my background was kind of difficult. It was confusing and complex.
You had different religions growing up.
Yeah, because
I
I was raised around Buddhism and Christianity and Mormons.
Who was a Buddhist?
My grandma and grandfather was Buddhist. I never seen her. She said she used to be a Christian, but I never seen her. But when I was growing up, we used to grew up in Osawatomie, Kansas, and I remember the church we used to go to. We used to be down there going towards the highway, all to the right, white church.
Is that the first church you remember going to?
That's the first church. And they used to dress us up and take us to that church, man. I used to didn't like it. I never did like church.
Really? Did you go with your mom, or did you just go with your sisters or go alone? Or
everybody went together.
Everybody?
My mama took us.
Uh-huh.
So we all went to church until excuse my language, until drugs started hitting the streets. And then everything started going south. You know what I'm saying?
As you got older.
As I got older. And we moved to the city. And we still was going to church because we had Mormons coming to our communities, the black communities, and be friends with us. and they will come and play basketball, might come pick you up and take you somewhere. Yeah, they do things like that to be cool with you, and then they're gonna tell you, once you come to the church with us, once you come and get baptized.
So they do all these cool, fun things to get you to go to their church.
And baptize you and make you a member.
I never seen Mormons growing up. I don't know, I think I probably lived kind of like a sheltered life a little bit. But yeah, I didn't really see Mormons or anything like that until, well shoot, my adult life. But yeah, growing up in the church, I thought it was like the thing to do. You go to church every Sunday. After Sunday or after church, you sit and you eat, or you chill with your family or whatever. It's almost like a traditional thing, like Christmas or Thanksgiving or whatever.
It's a tradition because that's when you grow up. That's just what we've been taught.
Yeah.
So we wholeheartedly believe in this. Nobody can tell us nothing.
Nothing at all.
Because I'm not gonna lie. The day in Florida, when we started coming up on all this information and putting everything together and figuring out things, putting the pieces together, and stop trying to be a part of something. We stopped trying to be a part of something, and then started trying to put the pieces together. Is all this is real? We'll get to that point, but at that time, I was kind of scared to give it up.
I was scared too.
Because I didn't want to tell you. I didn't know how you was going to feel towards me. I'm like, man, how she going to feel if I tell her this shit ain't real?
I was scared too, and then I was scared to I was hesitant to say anything to mom or my sister, especially granny or whatever. And then of course we'll get into later on how our conversations with our family went.
Right.
Once we told them, hey, we give all this Christianity, God stuff up.
But I did wait till you say something for me to be like, whoa, I'm glad you said that, because I was thinking the same thing. And that day you said it, I was like, oh, thank you. Because I was thinking the same thing.
It took a lot of studying though. It didn't take a lot. We studied not religious literature, well, we studied that too, but that was before. But we had to study world history to get to this point that we are right now.
But it took so many lies for us to give it up. We didn't want to give up, even though they lied. Like if somebody in the streets we know lied to us, we'll cut them off.
Cut them off, yeah.
Because you lied to me, we gonna hold that. You disrespect me.
Yeah. Let me tell you about a lie. Speaking of a lie, there was this revival or whatever, black folks, they have revivals. There was this revival we went to in Topeka, and it was this preacher this bishop from Ohio, I'll never forget. And he was going around to different people, he had the whole church hypes, he was singing songs and everything, everybody standing up. He going around like prophesying or whatever to different people. And I'm thinking in my heart, I'm like, oh, this must be real. I'm like, saying to my mom, come to me, prophesy something to me, tell me what's going to go on. That never happened. But there was this one particular woman, no, there was two women actually. There was this one woman, he told her to jump up and down. You're going to lose weight instantly. Jump up and down and you're going to lose weight instantly. And so she just kind of looking. I remember her not jumping up and down or nothing. She was older. I was in my early 20s. She was older. And she's looking, and he was like, oh, sit down. You don't want to lose no weight. Sit down. You ain't going to jump. I mean, jump up and down and you're going to lose weight instantly. Like, let me try that. Yeah. There was this old woman at the same church, at the same revival. She was in a wheelchair in the front. He told her, stop taking your medication. The Lord telling me right now, you don't need that medication, and this, and that, and blah, just telling her different things. And her daughter, whoever was right there, she's like, oh yes, this is confirmation. Oh yes, oh thank you. I mean, just really praising this bishop. And this is what a lot of us do with all of our preachers. We wholeheartedly believe in what the heck it is that they're saying, and we don't take time to study what it is that they're saying. But you couldn't take Jesus or the church or Christianity or whatever away from me. But I didn't grow up with the confusion like Mormon and Buddha,
Mm-hmm.
all that.
That's what's it. That's what's in poverty. Like, they send agents. We look at them as, oh, they just cool people with a Bible,
Yeah.
preaching about God, want to make things better, want to, be peaceful. Of course, they gonna come to us, peaceful. They ain't gonna come to us like we come to each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
They ain't gonna come to you like the Hebrews come to you. You the devil, you this, you poor, you slave, you this and that. They ain't gonna do that, so they gonna come.
Trying to win them over.
Yeah, you might need a ride, I got you. You know what I'm
So they
saying?
would do all that just to.
Agents.
Mm.
That's what agents do. And they send these agents and put them in these apartments, make them ride bikes. They don't even got cars.
Yeah.
A lot of them ride bikes, and a lot of them probably go to school to interact with us.
I went to middle school with a whole bunch of, well, shoot, I don't know what they come. Matter of fact, the Phelps family.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know what they are considered, but all the females, they wore the long.
But they Christians.
So yeah, some.
That's their belief.
Yeah.
That's their ancestors created that. What we came from is it had to been taught to us.
Mm-hmm.
And then a lot of people don't believe in that Willie Lynch letter. That's on you. But if you read it, it tells you that our mothers is going to train the future or their seeds to eat out master's hand.
I think whether